Hey guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf, and welcome back to the channel. And I know you might have clicked on this for the for the douchey clickbaity title, Planet Coaster versus Planet Zoo. But since you're already here, you might as well stay and hang out with us a little bit, because it is, in a sense, Planet Coaster versus Planet Zoo in this video, but not really in a competition sense. What we need to have in the comments section down below, and what I've seen since the Planet Zoo announcement yesterday, is essentially people saying, is Planet Coaster dead? Man, I really wish this was a Planet Coaster DLC over a standalone game. And I think that's kind of where this video is going, and where we kind of need to hash this out with each other, down in the comments section. And like I've said before, I'm not meaning to start this, to, have you guys be dicks to each other down in the comments section, but, approach this with reason and bring your clear, level-headed thinking on this, when you guys inevitably will go at each other in the comments section on this. Let's bring some reason in this. Think with some clarity. Think from a consumer side. Think from a developer side. And so really, I'm here to give you my thoughts on it. I am, after I saw the trailer yesterday, after I've read through a bunch of articles, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, I definitely think I am team standalone now. And the reason being is really in the last 24 hours, I have really, lurking on different comment sections, Discord, Reddit, even my own videos, there is a real consensus out there that the Zoo Tycoon genre has a pretty good following. There are a lot of people out there that have even said to me, you can even look, even the video from last night, there are a couple people that have said, man, I've never played Planet Coaster, not really interested in theme parks, but I'm going to give this a try. So I think in a sense, we kind of have to respect that, guys. There's not, not everybody is really into this theme park, theme park simulation necessarily like we are. There is a lot of different genre of video game players out there, and I think Planet Zoo being tapped into this, this Planet franchise is a very sound, logical, entertaining step. Very, very interesting stuff. And I think if you look at it like this, kind of understand this with me, if we're looking at this as level-headed gamers here, as level-headed, mature gamers, I know a lot of you are, you have to admit there are a lot of people that on the outside, maybe some of the more casual people, the casual demographic that Frontier has to go after as a company, a company that has to, earn revenue, pay developers, pay shareholders, all of that mix that goes into it. We have to admit, if Planet Zoo just ended up being a DLC for Planet Coaster, you would not have a fraction of the interest and a fraction of the sales that you would have from a standalone Planet Zoo game. Now, guys, I mean, I would love to hear your arguments down below against that, because I am a very interesting creature. I love seeing, I love trying to make myself look at stuff a weird way or from a weird point of view. And to say that a Planet Coaster DLC would be more productive, more successful at this point in time of a Planet Zoo standalone game, if you have that kind of argument, that is one of those weird kind of out there arguments that I'm not really understanding. Now, I know that there's a lot of people that would bring up the, that you've even said in the past you wanted to build like, Busch Gardens type, parks and all that stuff. And, I would say to that, let's just wait it out. We know that as far as from a coding standpoint. And I know we don't want to get off on a Planet Coaster 2 tangent necessarily because, Beyond Drew and HPK and John T and all of us are going to talk about that. SP Ridley wants to jump on a video and kind of talk with me about the whole Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo dynamic. Kind of hard for me and him because, he lives in Spain. I'm here in Tennessee, so we've got the weird time change difference. But anyway, so what we're saying is let's just kind of wait it out. This kind of stuff, I don't want to ever say never because Planet Coaster 2, through that weird leak that we saw a couple days ago, through some conversations that I've heard with people, even all the way back at the Frontier Expo back in 2017, there's always, pretty much since 2017, there has been Planet Coaster 2 type chatter. So am I going out on a limb and saying animals will be in Planet Coaster 2 or blah, blah, blah? Will we ever be able to integrate both of these titles? Will there ever be a shared world of being able to bring in like Planet Coaster blueprints to Planet Zoo? I don't want to ever say never. I don't want this video to age horribly, but I'm not thinking so. And like I said before, one thing, if no matter what side of the argument we're on this, video games are hard to develop. Can we all not agree? Can we at least agree on that? It's one thing too. Even my little geek variable, who has kind of jumped out of Planet Coaster and got back into it just a little bit, and put out a video just yesterday or today talking about, as far as the framework goes of Planet Coaster, you can't really it can't keep being stacked upon as far as like game-changing elements like that. And the developers have said so themselves that, there are certain things with Planet Coaster that just cannot be done now without breaking the entire game. And when I say breaking the game, I know that is a very oversimplified explanation for the programming, guys, and the code. It is not as easy to just say, let's have elephants and lions and all that in Planet Coaster, and let's have them interact, and let's have zookeepers, and let's have the guests interact with them, and let's have them eat, and let's have them interact with the water. I mean, when you start, you see what I'm saying? When you start stacking that stuff on top of each other, it's not going to work, guys. That is my argument. This type of stuff is next generation type stuff. This is Planet Coaster 2 type stuff we're talking about. Same argument can be made with the water park. But I definitely don't think that the rise of Planet Zoo necessarily means the death for Planet Coaster. Not necessarily, at least within the next 6-7 months. We've also heard a little bit of, if we don't know how much, we can take that leak with a grain of salt, but they talked about a Ghostbuster DLC on there. They talked about Planet Coaster 2 being developed. So do I think Planet Coaster is dead? No. Do I think it has a long life cycle left? At this point, April 28th, 2019, probably not. We're definitely getting probably into that transition period. I think now that this has been announced, Planet Zoo has been announced, probably going to be a long, long time before we hear of any other type of franchise announcement ready. We know that they're on Franchise 5, and like they even said in one of the articles that Drew and I were looking at, that the 6th franchise is even in its the early planning stages. So, I tweeted him a couple days ago. I'm like, man, I've been building on a zoo for like a year now. They must have thought, what a doofus, if he only knew what was happening. And the dude just said on the Frontier Extra yesterday that Planet Zoo has been being developed for 2 years. So really, they started on this before, way before I even started doing the fake enclosures and all of that. So this is something that has been in the works for a while. And who knows, if they've been working on this for 2 years, Who's to say they don't have a team working on a Planet Coaster 2? We don't have any facts or anything to go off of backing that up yet, though, is what I'm saying as far as the hearsay. And it was, did I have my moments of worry yesterday with Planet Zoo and the whole, like the Planet Coaster kind of coming to an end? Yeah, I did kind of have my moments where I, I'd have those moments in my head where I was like, man, we are really going to have to get ready to switch things up. This is definitely the momentum, and the hype train is definitely taking a hard right turn towards Planet Zoo. And, it's exciting. It's kind of refreshing. It is. It gives us something to look forward to. It gives another direction for the channel to take. I think it's going to make me reach down deeper as far as creations go and planning, and making stuff look cool, like I like to do. It definitely opens up an entirely different avenue, and there is definitely an audience for it. There is definitely a hunger for it. Jonty said yesterday, April 24th was his second most successful day ever on YouTube. Over 44,000 views in a 24-hour period. So definitely exciting things to come. I think this is a good thing. I like, from a consumer standpoint, from a collaborator standpoint with Frontier, I like to see interesting things like this happening. It's a good thing for me and my channel and the business for Frontier to do good, just because I have such a relationship with those guys. It's not like me really trying to get an in on Ubisoft or, Calypso, Paradox, any of those things. It's not the same for me as Frontier, like with Bo and Shantae, Will, Stegs, a lot of those guys, Paige Harvey. I can literally, if anything has happened, or I need an instant question, or I need a review or something, I am literally just a tweet or an email away. And, that kind of access and that rapport with me has been built up over 2 years of working with these people. So it is definitely in my best interest as a creator for Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo and all of these Frontier titles to grow as as healthy as possible. So I am a firm believer, if Frontier does well, I have the opportunity to do well. And I am still having fun with it. And the Planet Zoo stuff, definitely I'm a little apprehensive. It's a little scary for the channel, like wondering am I going to be able to get my foothold in the door, like when that really takes off. Or, do you run the risk of getting left behind as one of the Planet Coaster guys forever? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I know you guys have my back. We've got a huge backing now. You guys have to remember, I believe when I started Planet Coaster, I had 78 subscribers when the first Planet Coaster video came out. 70-something subscribers, and now we are 3,200 people strong going into Planet Zoo. So, guys, like I said, I don't look at it as Planet Coaster's dead. Just look at it as like there's a new event on the horizon. There's new adventures to be had with me and some of your other favorite creators, and I definitely wouldn't look at this as like a bad thing. If you enjoy Planet Coaster, we're going to keep on playing it. We're going to keep on enjoying it. But now we have the opportunity to bring in a whole nother audience. Have, like I said, just have new adventures. So anyways, guys, I don't want to keep babbling on with you here. This is something that we can really get rolling in the comments section on, on what you think about this whole Planet Zoo Planet Safari, paradigm here we're in now. So anyways, guys, I'm SDN Wolf. Like always, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I will chat it up with you in the comments, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you, guys. See you.